guys are having a great day. I know these are crazy times, and I am here to let you know something that A, helped me break through my shyness because creativity is really part of who I am, and B, gives me an amazing outlet to just create and like get my mind off things, refocus, revamp, and whether I'm going out of the house or not, I can do this. And if you would like to do this, you can as well. And I'm going to show you how to do a rainbow eyeshadow look. All right, what you're going to need is you're going to need an eyeliner brush, any eyeliner brush you want to use, an angled brush, a tiny thin, it's wider than paper, but it's not very wide at all, and it's angled. And you're gonna need a fluffy brush and some sort of smaller pointy brush. And then as far as eyeshadow goes, what you'll need is a base color of some sort, so something of a neutral shade, some sort of like white to highlight underneath your brow bone. You'll need a pink. I'm going to be using one of these two pink ones. I'm using all matte right now. You can use matte or shimmer, doesn't matter. And you'll need a couple shades of blue. So I'm going to be using this one and this one. And you will need yellow. This palette you can't get anymore. It's Pastel Goth by Kat Von D, and it is hands down my favorite yellow. You can see I've hit pan. But any yellow will work. This yellow from the Too Faced Honey palette will work if you have light skin. If you have darker skin, it probably is not going to show up. Too Faced is not very good about doing a wide range for people to actually be able to use it. That palette's fine, but the last palette I got from them, I haven't bought anything since, because that palette wouldn't even show up on me. There's another yellow that I sometimes use. Oh, it's Huda Beauty Obsessions. I don't know if this palette's available anymore, actually. It's the Electric Obsessions. I don't know if that one's available anymore. I don't think Urban Decay's Electric palette has a yellow. It does, but I don't like this one for it. This one's very bright, almost green, and I like more like true like banana yellow. You don't have to use any of those. You can use whatever yellow you want, but that's NYX that has little eyeshadows that have a really good yellow as well. Let's see, I think I have one right here. Yeah, so NYX Professional, this one's a pretty decent one too. Hands down, my favorite one is the Pastel Goth Kat Von D one. I haven't been able to find one that good since that palette, but there are a few options if you want to use yellow. And then next you want blue eyeliner. I use blue. You can use black. You can use purple. Purple would be good too. You can really use any color you want, but those three colors are highly recommended just because it'll make the look blend better. I use Cobalt Blue. Normally I use Tarte. Of course they stopped carrying it, so this one is actually NYX Gel, which is just as good. I think I do still have a couple of Tarte ones left, but both of these are discontinued, so I don't know where to get them. So black or like plum purple are probably your best options. And then in the inner corner, I'm going to use a shimmer shade, and this one is Moondust, Urban Decay's Moondust. Doesn't matter what shimmer shade, whatever one you want to use. And an eye primer. I know this sounds like a lot. You can use like two or three of these things. You don't have to use all of it. The eye primer, you can certainly skip it. I use it because it helps, it helps the eyeshadow go on smoothly and not crease. And B, it helps it so that, it helps something. What does it help? It helps it last longer. And you just use a teeny tiny bit. I'll show you how much I used. Like that much. I don't know if you can even tell. That much. That's probably even too much. That's all you need. So if you don't have eye primer, don't use it. And then let's see, I think, and I use a paper towel. So when I switch, because I don't change out my brushes and I don't clean my brush after every single use, I just use a paper towel in between applications of different colors. But you can do it however works for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a neutral color. Doesn't matter which one. I think I'm going to go with this pink one. You just want something that's close to your skin shade, because all this is doing, you're going to apply it all over your eye. All this is doing is helping you blend the eyeshadows into one another. That's all it's doing. You're not going to see it at all unless you choose a little bit darker color. Pretty sure I ate eyeshadow. It kind of tasted like honey. It was sweet. It didn't taste like honey, but it was sweet. It was weird. Pretty sure you're not supposed to eat it. Don't recommend it. But it was sweet. It does have a fragrance, but it's not super strong. Like the peach palette is really strong, which I actually kind of regret buying because I never ever use it. I don't do neutral colors. So if you're somebody that does neutral colors, the peach palette would actually probably be really good for you. I'm not, so I never ever use it unless I'm reaching for a neutral color and I happen to pick that one up. That's the only time I ever use it. Okay, so you can do one of two things. You can take 2 different shades of pink, a lighter one and a darker one, or you can just use 1 shade of pink. Either way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with 1 shade of pink, and I'm gonna put it in my crease. And this one is Huda Beauty Obsessions. It's the neon orange one, I think. I think there's a pink one, and I don't think that's this one. I think that this is the orange one. But because this is so pigmented, I put some in my crease and then I wipe the brush off. So circular motions, wipe the brush off on a paper towel like this so that there's not as much product, and then I go in and I blend it out. I blend it in the middle, out to the side. I blend it just to the edge of my eyebrow so that it's concentrated in the crease, and then I do the same for the other side. Put the color in there. Actually, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll do the color in the crease and then I'll wipe my brush off and then I'll blend it out. But for the purposes of this video, I just blended it all out at once. This usually takes me about 10 minutes to do. So this video is going to be a lot longer than 10 minutes because we're already at 7, almost 8 minutes. But it really only takes me about 10 minutes to do. It doesn't take very long. It just takes longer when you're showing somebody how to do it. So don't be intimidated if time is an issue. Although right now I feel like a lot of people have a lot of time. So if you have a lot of time, experiment, play with it, go crazy, do all the colors and go crazy. I went ahead and wiped it out, wiped my brush again because there was more color on this side than there was the other one. I'm just using the viewfinder to blend my eyeshadow. If that's weird, I'm sorry. This actually kind of matches my sweater. Okay, so what you're gonna do now, if you're gonna use a darker color, go in with that darker color now. If not, just wait till the next step and hang tight. So I think what I'm actually gonna do is go in with the purple, this purpley color, take it on my pointy brush and go into the crease right in the middle of what I just did. So it's more concentrated in the center of what I just did. And when you do a crease, when you put your color on your crease, you want to do it, see where the hood of my eyelid is? You want to do it so it goes just above the hood of that eyelid. If you don't have hooded eyelids, just go to right to where your eye socket is. You can feel the separation between the bone and your eyeball. Don't push too hard, but if you just push lightly, you can feel where it's hard, where your skull is, and where it's not hard, where your eyeball is, and that's where your eyeshadow is gonna go. So when you have it in the center, then you're just gonna do the same thing you did before, is blend it out in circular motions, back and forth motions. I kind of switch between the two, mostly circular motions on the edge and back and forth when I'm blending the middle, because the circular motions helps it diffuse better. And sometimes I get it too far underneath and then I just wipe it away. You can also put a paper towel there or a piece of tape or something like that if you're afraid of going outside the lines. I've never actually done that. I'm just not too worried about it. So I'm gonna clean my brush off is what I'm doing right now. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side. I kind of got really carried away on that color. So there's a lot of color there. As you can see, it just added a little more depth than if just using the lighter color. Sorry, words. So today I watched Hop. Have you guys ever seen Hop? It was super cute. It was really weird at the end though. I wasn't expecting all that. But it was a really cute movie. Would I watch it again? Probably not. But do I regret watching it? No. This morning, oh my goodness. So I got up and I was like, I don't really feel like doing much. So while I ate breakfast, I watched Saved by the Bell, like the very, very first season of Saved by the Bell, and binge watched that while I played some games on my phone, and then ended up being productive. Yesterday, guys, okay, if you're not enjoying your exercise, whatever exercise you're doing, or if you're not doing it because you don't think it's fun, do find something that's moving your body, doesn't matter what, and do it that you enjoy. Yesterday I did hula hoop. That's what I did. Great cardio. I did it until I got nauseous. But I got winded pretty fast because I haven't done hula hoop in a very, very, very long time. But I had a lot of fun doing it. And I did the weighted hula hoop. So it's not like I did the plastic kids hula hoop. That probably would not be fun as an adult because I don't know if I realized my face was not in the camera. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would even go anywhere, if you'd even be able to do it. You'd probably have a really difficult time unless you're super talented at it. So I did a weighted one. I had a FabFitFun box a while back. I stopped doing it when finances got tight, and then I never picked it back up. But I absolutely loved the FabFitFun box. It's totally worth it, by the way. And I got a weighted adult hula hoop in the FabFitFun box. I think I got to pick that one. So then what you're gonna do next, I'll tell you more later, but what you're gonna do next is you're gonna take a light blue or a teal. I'm going into teal, and you're gonna dab it in the corner and then diffuse it out. So just blend it out in circular strokes or back and forth motion. It's gonna be this one's gonna be pretty light, and if you're not doing the lighter color, you can skip this and do the darker color, and then do the same thing on the other side, because this one's super, super light. The next one you're gonna be able to see better. This is just kind of for a base to add a little bit more depth. My eyebrow is crazy. Woo! No one told me. Okay, so my paper towel is filled with eyeshadow because Huda Beauty is amazing. Oh, sorry, I'm using the Huda Beauty Sessions palette in Sapphire. I have 4. I love Huda Beauty. I have a big palette, and then I have 4 of these little ones, I think. I don't buy makeup super often because I have so much of it. But these are definitely a good investment. And for the pink, guys, if you don't have a pink eyeshadow, what I did for the longest time until they finally started making pink eyeshadows, I just used blush. Whatever blush you want, I would just use that. I actually have the Graveyard Girl palette for the Tarte palette, and I was using the blush in there for a long time. So if you don't have pink, that's a good option. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a darker color. You're gonna go in with blue. I'm going on your pointy brush. Dab it on there. Whoops, I got it like on the side of the brush instead of the tip. All right, and then you're going to dab it into the corner. Dab, 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 dab. That's not quite dark enough for me. So I'm gonna get a little more and dab, dab, dab. And it doesn't matter if it's not perfect because you're gonna blend it out. Okay. And now you're gonna take the fluffy side and you're gonna blend. So something that I really enjoy is learning. How about you guys? If you like learning, leave a comment below with what you like learning about. And so you see, oops, I got it underneath my eye. Again, you can put tape down or a paper towel or something if you're afraid of fallout. So you can see that there's a little bit of depth there. It's a blue color. You've got the pink, purple, blue, or pink and blue. And this side, we're gonna add more depth with the blue. So something I really like learning is learning. I listen to a lot of Gary Vee, a lot of Tony Robbins, a lot of books that I've been reading lately, Rachel Hollis, Mel Robbins, John C. Maxwell is what I'm on right now. Who else? I've been listening to other people on Audible as well. Some podcasts that I listen to are Gumball Love by Melissa Ledger. Love her. Love her. Gavin Bell is really good. He's helped me a lot with marketing. I've done his marketing class. He's really good. And he's Scottish too, and that's how I found him in the first place, because he was doing Scottish videos and then he switched to just marketing. And he knows his stuff, guys. So you're just gonna do the same thing on the other side you did on the last one. So those are some of the resources that I use. That's not a lot of them. That's just a few of them. I love those people that I just mentioned. I love watching their stories as well. But something that I've learned a lot about the body, because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm actually a certified personal trainer and correctional exercise specialist. I went through the National Academy of Sports Medicine, which is NASM, N-A-S-M, and so I've learned a lot. I find the body very interesting, how it works. So I've learned a lot about it then. But recently, I don't remember how this started, but there are a couple doctors that I started watching on YouTube. One's an OBGYN, and I cannot remember how I found her channel. It's Mama Dr. Jones. I honestly don't remember how I found her channel, but I found her channel and I was like, oh, she's cool. She's informative and interesting and entertaining, and this is awesome. Yeah, I have no idea how I stumbled upon her. And so you want to start with clean brush. And what I did was watched her videos, and then somehow I think Dr. Mike popped up. D-O-C-T-O-R-M-I-K-E. So now you're going to go into your yellow, fluffy side of the brush, and you're going to go all over the middle of the eyelid, dab, 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 and then you're going to blend it out. So that's pretty simple, right? So it's going to look, even though you put pink here, it's going to look a little purple because the blue and the pink blended together. And even though you put blue here and yellow here, where the blue and the yellow diffuse together, you're going to see a little green. That's how it's a rainbow with not using all of the colors. Even though we did kind of use a little bit of purple, but you'll still find blue and pink together make purple, blue and red make purple, blue and pink make purple, because pink is really just red with some white added. And to make green, you add yellow and blue together. So that's how. Did I go too fast on that? Is that common knowledge? I don't really know. If it's not and you want to know, leave a comment down below, because I'll be happy to explain it. And so you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So Dr. Mike is very entertaining, but he is also really informative. And the thing that I really appreciate about him is so often I think I did more yellow on that side. So often I don't always trust doctors, because I've been discredited so much, and they've like looked at me like I was a crazy person, like, why on earth would I do what I'm doing? So then you want to clean your brush off again. And so I was a little bit hesitant to start watching his videos, but he was giving real solid evidence-based information. So I'm like, okay, well, he's got some solid information there. So that's good. But then I kept watching because I appreciated so much. He does the holistic approach as well. So he doesn't, so many doctors that I've encountered, I'm not saying that this is a widespread thing. I'm saying that these are the doctors that I've encountered are very non-holistic, and if you bring up any holistic approaches, they're like, why on earth would you do that, and make you feel like a total idiot. At least that's been my experience. And so the fact that he does both, everything he says is evidence-based, but he does medicine and holistic approach. Medical and holistical, is holistical a word? Medical and holistic data. Gives both sides of things. So I really appreciate that. So because I do think we need both. I really do. And if at all possible, I'm gonna go holistic if I can at all. Sparkle shade, pointy brush, corner of your eye. And you're gonna dab it and then blend it out. And so I just really, really, really appreciated that he does both. And so if you're going to listen to a doctor online, I'd say he's a really good one to follow. And like, you never know anybody based on just their channel. I've never actually spoken to him, so I don't know what he's really like, but he seems to truly care about people, and it seems like that's why he's doing what he's doing. So I feel comfortable recommending his videos because of that. The same thing with Mama Dr. Jones. She's awesome. She gives some, she doesn't really talk about holistic things too much, but I don't know how you would in that area, because like, unless you're talking about like home births or all natural, like it'd be really hard to talk holistical like there's not really a holistic birth control, and like delivering a baby is very, very different than like just general medicine. Yeah, because like Mama Dr. Jones is an OBGYN and Dr. Mike is a general practitioner, family doctor, and so it's just really different when you're trying to do, like, OBGYN, like there's not a lot, absolutely, like things like if you're pregnant, like you can holistically do to help the pregnancy and whatnot, but like actually delivering the baby, like the doctors kind of take care of that, and she explains, like she does explain like what doctors are doing and in certain situations and like what that means and all of that stuff. So it's really, really good information, but like I feel like that's a little bit harder field to give like holistical information on. Holistical, is holistical even a word? I think I said that like 10 times already. So take your angle brush and your blue eyeshadow again. I actually usually use Electric Blue by Metal Crush by Kat Von D, but I'm just dipping into this blue right now. And then line your eye underneath a little bit. I only go about halfway because I have hooded eyes, but you can do it however you like to do it. And then you dip in again and you paint I'm gonna put a wing on. If you're not gonna put a wing on, don't do this step. But then you like outline the edge of the wing. So I go from the corner of my eye towards my eyebrow. So there's the first line of my wing, and then I'll just make a triangle when I actually go to make the wing. And I'll go in with liner, but I make that outline so I know exactly where I'm going and there's no guesswork. And it's a lot easier to do a wing when I go to do it. And I can actually execute it pretty quickly. Because like I said, like this video is 24 minutes long right now, but it only takes me maybe 10 minutes to do my eyeshadow. And if I left out some of the steps, it would only take me like 5. But frankly, eyeshadow is my favorite part because, oh, I didn't do the, I forgot, is my favorite part because of all the colors. This is harder to do on this side because it is. And you're gonna put eyeliner over it, so it doesn't really matter too much. So see what I did there? This one was pointed way further down, and that's the thing about eyeshadow, you can move it, whereas eyeliner you can't really move too much. And then again, wiping my brush off, and so now we're gonna go in with the eyeliner. So I like to learn a lot of different things. I like to learn about a lot of different things. I've learned about the human anatomy through sports medicine, medical things through Mama Dr. Jones and Dr. Mike. I've watched, what are some other ones that I've been watching? Oh, Emmy, Made in Japan. Like, I'm not super into cooking, and I don't know if I've ever actually done any of the things that she's made. Okay, I'm sitting here by my dresser, and my dresser, the hardware is loose. I think it's gonna come off at any moment. Anyway, I've never made anything that she's made on there, but I find her very interesting. It's like, it makes me so happy because she kind of geeks out at it. And it's like usually the science part of it that she geeks out on, and for one, I find the science of it interesting, kind of like how our bodies work. I find that very interesting. And so it's really funny to watch her like geek out on the science of the food, and it brings me so much joy because it's like, yes, you're not afraid to be who you are, and that's why you're doing what you're doing, and it's awesome. Okay, so I just take my eyeliner brush and I dip into the eyeliner. And then I push it on the side, because, like, see how there's a clump of it? Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Like, it's kind of clumpy. I just push it onto the side so that it's then flat. And then I go over the line that I did. And then I make a triangle. And again, I only go halfway because I have hooded eyes, so it makes it more open if I don't go all the way over. And then I dip in again and do the same thing because it's not filled in yet to fill it in. That's how I do it. Okay. And then I use my hand and wave in front, or I take my fan and wave in front. I have a like hand fan so that I don't, because if it's not a little bit dry, then you can get the eyeliner on your eyelid before it, if it's not dry before you open it, you can get the eyeliner on your eyelid. That's why I do that. So there is eye number one done. Well, sort of done. If you enjoy just hearing my randomness, you can actually go to anchor.com, or I think it's on Spotify and other places as well. I'm not entirely sure how to get there unless you go to Anchor. Anchor is a podcast. Anchor is a site that you can podcast on. So I have my podcasts on Anchor, and I do them most days. So, and I talk to my diary. So you get to know about my process, about the book that I'm writing. You get to hear insider information of how I'm managing my mental health being an essential worker, how I've had breakdowns and how I deal with those breakdowns, and what I'm learning, what I'm reading, what books I'm reading, what podcasts I'm listening to, all of that stuff, the wider range, how I'm filming. If you're interested in camera confidence tips or how to do TikToks, you can go to my Instagram, which is instagram.com/Brixenta and Anchor, I'm Brixenta. I'm Brixenta everywhere, Brixenta, just like on here. And I have no idea what I was saying, but you can find me anywhere at Brixenta. I think I might actually have to use a mirror for this. Yeah, if you're interested in more of this, I've got more of this on my podcasts of me just talking about the randomness that is me. I love art too, so my videos, you're gonna find a wide range of things, but eyeliner takes concentration. But because I did a poll, that's another thing. If you want to be part of what information I put out, go to my Instagram and make sure you follow my stories, because I do polls on there to see what you guys want to know and how I can help you better, because my deepest desire is to add value to you guys, and whatever that looks like, however that is. So if you go to my Instagram page, making sure they're even-ish. So if you go to my Instagram page, then you can take a vote on what information you want to know next and want me to put out more of, and ask me questions. So right now I'm taking a break over the weekend, but throughout this last week and then throughout this next week, I'm putting information on there about 2 things: camera confidence and TikTok. So I started with how to set up TikTok. So I did how to set up, by the way, you're done now. You can do your eyebrows and your eyeliner, your mascara, however you want. That's what I'm gonna do while we finish up this conversation. So, camera confidence and how to do TikToks. So far, I've put up how to set up your bio on TikTok, how to make a video, and how to add sound before you film so that you can lip sync, or after you film so that you can talk as well as the sound. And that is, yes, I did it in my stories. However, if you go to my main Instagram page, my Instagram profile, you will see all of my pictures, or my posts, whatever you want to call them. And then right above the posts, you will see highlights. And there's one labeled TikTok bio, and that will have all the TikTok information I just talked about, as well as whatever I add throughout this next week. And then you will also see you'll see something else. You'll see camera confidence. I think actually I had to cut it off at camera confident, so the CE is not actually on there, but you'll see camera confidence. So if you want those tips, because let me tell you something, sitting here talking to a camera is super, super awkward until you learn how to do it. There's a learning curve to it, and it takes practice. And so I'm giving you the how-tos of how to get comfortable in front of the camera, and how to just film in the first place, how to set yourself up to be successful, and do it so you're not super awkward and feeling weird or anything like that. So this is really hard to do and talk at the same time. I don't think I've ever tried, but I'm finding out it's difficult. This has been over 30 minutes. I thought this was gonna be like a 15-minute video. Whoopsie. So then normally what you should do in that situation is let it dry and then like flake it off, because then you don't leave a big streak like I almost just did. So this is your rainbow look. It's pretty easy, and like I said, this video is over 30 minutes long, but it really only takes me about 10 minutes if I do everything I just did. And then if I skip some steps, then it takes me like 5, which I don't normally skip unless I'm like super, super, super in a hurry, because I love putting on eyeshadow. That's like my favorite part of the makeup, is the eyeshadow. And because I put the primer on, and because I use decent eyeshadow and eyeliner, and then I'll use a setting spray, it lasts me from 6 o'clock in the morning until I take it off at 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So that's never an issue at all. I want to use something on my lips so they don't look weird. I think, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I don't ever do this, but I think I'm just gonna put this lip glossy stuff on if I can find it. Okay, this is in the way. I don't even remember what brand this is. It came in a box of something. Was it? It was BoxyCharm. That's what it was, I think. It's Berry Juice Seraphine Botanicals. That's probably backwards. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna put this on. Normally I would use a Kat Von D Everlasting lipstick. This is not sticky at all. This here, right in my hand, is not sticky. Normally I hate lip gloss. I don't usually use this because it doesn't last very long, but I'm gonna be washing this off soon because it's like 7:30 at night or something like that. So, let me give you a little tip for lipstick as well. You do the bow part of your mouth, the hills, whatever you want to call it. And then you do underneath here, and then you do the corner. And then you attach it to the hill part. And then you do the same thing on the other side. And then you attach the corner to the center. And then you fill everything in. That was super quick. But that's how to do lipstick to make it all even and not look weird. I don't use liner. I don't use lip liner because that's the method that I use. Normally, like, I actually really like this color and whatnot. Normally I don't do lip gloss, but I like this. And because I'm going to be washing my face soon, I just put that on. Anyway, I hope that you found this useful. I hope that you enjoyed our little chit chat and you found some of those resources useful. Again, just if you have any questions about anything, either leave a comment below or contact me at Brixenta anywhere you want. YouTube, Anchor, iTunes, my website, Instagram, Facebook, Star Maker if you want to do duets with me, if you want to sing with me, just about anywhere. TikTok, just about everywhere. Brixenta. I love you guys so much, and you can go ahead and click on one of these videos if you want to binge some more Brixenta. I will try to put a camera confidence one up here and I suggest, and then let YouTube suggest whatever they think you would like over here. And if you haven't already and liked this video, make sure you click subscribe so that you can see the next video, and I look forward to talking to you soon. I love you guys. Dream big.